Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. So, today we are joining for our Bhakti Tattva Viveka. So, today also, uh, uh, today we have actually, yesterday we finished about that chapter 3 revision. So, today we will be starting our chapter 4. This is the last chapter of Bhakti Tattva Viveka. So, we can start with chapter 4 today. Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Sunyavadi Pashata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Hare Krishna. So, we will go to this garden for plucking flowers for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and for Bhakti Tattva Viveka Sastra. Something wrong. It's the So there's something wrong. We'll again switch it on and see what's happening. Nice flowers, nice roses, double color roses. Again, we'll nice flowers. We can offer this for our Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So now we will take these blessings and then we are going for our Gaur-Nitai and we go for this garden where we have so nice samandi flowers, marigold flowers. Just one more time we'll go. Nice, beautiful flowers. Now we are offering this very nice salad with moong dal sprouts with sweet corns and some mango pieces and peanuts. Very nice combinations. All kinds of fruits, vegetables and sprouts, all together mangoes, sour mangoes, that too, where I think the taste will be really wonderful. So, because they have made in such a way this salad, this must be very, very tasty for Krishna. So, we can offer this for our Radha and Krishna, and then we will offer this for our Gaur-Nitai, and then all that Maha is for us one day. For Radha and Krishna, there's something very beautiful flowers are here. We will go inside and see what's happening. Very nice. Nicely, they have made this flowers to come with that plant itself. They have made it like this so that the flowers will come out like this. Okay, so here we have very nice paneer pulao. So in this paneer pulao, we have cashews and paneer and pulao with all beans and goes and so many nice items are there. So this must be very tasty. To see itself, it's very tasty. So we can offer this for our Radha and Krishna, very nice golden color. So nice golden pulao. So we can offer this for our Radha Krishna. With devotion, we will offer this. This is a wonderful offering for them. And here for Radha and Krishna, there is a smoothie here. We don't know what is it. We'll go inside and see what they are making this smoothie out of. Out of which fruits? Banana, I can see. Very wonderful. Again, we'll see. We have to soak that the dates overnight. They're saying. Just a minute. We'll go again and we'll see how to make it. We will learn it. Very nice. They have put cinnamon powder. I think they have soaked dates with. It must not be. It may not be milk. It will be, I think, curd or buttermilk. So in that they have soaked it, and then the next morning they have put figs and bananas. With that, they have put this. Buttermilk soaked with dates, and they have made it. And the glass, they have stick this chipped rice very nicely. They have chipped rice. They have stick it very nicely on the brim of that glass, so that it looks nice. So and then they are putting that smoothie in that, and some bananas. Bananas kept on top. Very nice. So these are nice badushas we can offer for our Srila Prabhupada ki chai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki chai. Okay. So now we are offering one more smoothie for our dear Srila Prabhupada. And we will take blessings from our Srila Prabhupada.
आपकी जैसी स्वीट से स्ट्रॉबेरी शेक बनाएं तो पहले लेंगे कुछ स्ट्रॉबेरीज, 2 स्पून शुगर और 3 स्कूप आइस,
1 scoop of 3 scoops of ice
थोड़ा सा
cream,
मिल्क और फिर अच्छे से
then 350 ml of milk.
और थिक सा शेक हो गया रेडी। तो अपनी पसंद के ग्लास में डालिए। ऊपर थोड़ा सा डेकोरेट कर लेना, जैसे आप थोड़ी सी स्ट्रॉबेरीज डाल सकते हो, ऊपर से आइसक्रीम डाल सकते हो, बाकी ऑप्शनल है, पर वीडियो को लाइक करना कंपल्सरी है और फॉलो करना तो उससे भी ज्यादा कंपल्सरी।
So they are making with the 3 scoops of ice cream, and on top also they are keeping some ice cream on top, and some cherries also.
आपकी जैसी स्वीट से
Strawberries.
स्ट्रॉबेरीज का शेक बनाएं तो पहले लेंगे कुछ स्ट्रॉबेरीज, 2 स्पून शुगर और 3 स्कूप आइसक्रीम। उसमें डालेंगे थोड़ा सा मिल्क और फिर अच्छे से कर लेंगे ग्राइंड। और थिक सा शेक हो गया है रेडी। तो अपनी पसंद के ग्लास में डालिए। ऊपर थोड़ा सा डेकोरेट कर लेना, जैसे आप थोड़ी सी स्ट्रॉबेरीज डाल सकते हो, ऊपर से आइसक्रीम डाल सकते हो। बाकी ऑप्शनल है, पर वीडियो को लाइक करना कंपलसरी है और फॉलो करना तो उससे भी ज़्यादा
Very nice. So they are decorating with strawberries and ice cream. So we can offer this for our Radha Krishna and Shri Shri Radha Krishna, and then for our Guru Parampara, and for our Srila Prabhupada, and for our dear His Holiness Bhagavad Maharaj. Okay, for our dear Srila Prabhupada, for his lotus feet, we have we are going for this garden, and we will offer all these flowers for our dear Srila Prabhupada. Very nice rose garden. So we can offer all these flowers for Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet. And now for His Holiness Vanaswami Maharaj ki Jai. So this is a very nice health laddu, laddu. So they have made it with all kinds of nuts and dates and all other things. So this laddu is very, very tasty and very, very healthy. We can offer this for our Maharaj. And some smoothies also there for our Maharaj. We can offer this. Nice with apple, they have made the smoothie. So they have put apples, then badam, then cardamom powder, milk, and then this ice cubes, then some sugar, and then this nuts. Okay, so sorry, it's honey. It's not sugar. Honey is good, no? Honey is good. And jaggery is also okay, but not sugar. Sugar is not so good for health. So honey is very good, wonderful. We can use honey for Maharaj. This is very nice offering for Maharaj. So we can offer this for our Maharaj with devotion, and we'll take blessings from Maharaj. So here for our Maharaj lotus feet, we'll go to this garden and find out what is there in this garden. Just a minute. Nice flowers. We can dahlia flowers. We can offer these for our Maharaj lotus feet. So this is our Guru Puja, or Guru Puja and Pada Puja. Everything is finished now. Now we will go for chapter 4, qualification for Bhakti. So what is chapter 4? Chapter 3 was the 6 qualities of Bhakti. What are all the qualities of Bhakti that we discussed in chapter 3? And in chapter 4, it is the qualification for Bhakti. So what are the qualification for Bhakti? So that's what we are going to see in this chapter. Okay, now let me go. Krama Jnana Viragadi Chestam Hitva Samantataha Saddavan Bhajate Yam Tam Sri Chaitanyam Aham Bhaje. I worship Sri Chaitanya, who the faithful worship wholeheartedly after giving up karma, jnana, and vairagya. The first chapter explained the real nature of bhakti. The second chapter discussed bhakti abhasa, that appears to be bhakti but is not. The third chapter discussed the qualities of pure bhakti. This fourth chapter will discuss qualification for pure bhakti. Without qualification, no one can attain anything. Considering qualification is a route of attaining success in an action. Without qualification, no one can attain anything. Considering qualification is a route of attaining success in an action. Okay, so we can do one small workshop. In the beginning only, we can do a workshop. So, what is that workshop? First of all, we have to learn what are all we studied. I worship Sri Chaitanya, who the faithful worship wholeheartedly after giving up karma, jnana, and yoga. Okay. Now, in Bhakti Tattva Viveka, what are all the chapters? What are all the chapters? All the chapters of Bhakti Tattva Viveka. Bhakti Tattva Viveka book. Bhakti Tattva Viveka. What are all the chapters of Bhakti Tattva? What are all the chapters of Bhakti? What are all the chapters of Bhakti Tattva Viveka speak? What are they speaking? What do they speak? The first chapter explained the real nature of bhakti. The second chapter discussed bhakti abhasa. Okay, the first chapter explains. The first chapter is speaks about the real nature of bhakti. The second chapter speaks about bhakti abhasa, that appears to be bhakti, but it is not. Which appears to be bhakti, but which appears to be bhakti, but it is, but really it is not. Really, it is not. But it is, but really it is not bhakti. It is not really, but it is not real. It is not real bhakti. It's not real bhakti. Okay, this is second chapter. Then third chapter. What does the third chapter speaks about? Third chapter speaks about the qualities of pure bhakti. So this chapter means this fourth chapter will speaks about fourth chapter speaks about qualification for pure bhakti. What are the qualification for these qualities of pure bhakti? This is qualification for pure. This qualification for pure. See, this is qualities of pure. Okay, qualities of pure bhakti. Without qualification, no one can attain anything. Considering qualification is the root of attaining success in an action. So without qualification, no one can attain anything. We need some qualification for everything, isn't it? Considering qualification is a root of attaining success in an action. So, okay. So this is the first page finished. Then we are going for the second page. If one cannot understand the discussion, there will be no doubt about the attainment. Many people wonder why they have taken shelter of Guru, attained the mantra of the Lord, and performed hearing and chanting, but even after a long time have not attained the result. This is happening with everybody of us because we are taking a shelter of Guru and we attain the mantra of the Lord. We are getting second initiation. We get the mantra for the Lord, and then after a long time also we are not getting any result. This is happening to us. Thinking in this way, they eventually lose faith in all worship. So generally, they eventually lose faith. Thus, by understanding qualification, one can avoid all doubts. The hearing and chanting of people and the tears and goosebumps are not bhakti. It is absolutely necessary to define the qualification for attaining share of pure bhakti. So this also now we can now this page also we can make it as a workshop because it is very important. We can make another workshop here. If one can understand the discussion, if one can understand the discussion, there will be no doubt about the attainment. Many people wonder why they have taken shelter of Guru, attained the mantra of the Lord, and performed hearing and chanting, but even after a long time have not attained the result. If one can understand the discussion, there will be no doubt about the attainment. So, no doubt about the attainment. What one can understand the discussion? Okay. What should we do? What should we do for attainment, for our attainment, for for our attainment of Shuddha Bhakti. What should we do? Attainment of Shuddha Bhakti. Shuddha Bhakti. Many people wonder why they have taken shelter of. We cannot. We will tell like this. Many people wonder why they have taken. So even after taking shelter of Guru, after having taken the shelter of Guru, and attained a mantra of the Lord and performed hearing and chanting, but even chanting, even after a long time, have not attained the result. Okay. Even after having taken the shelter of Guru and attained the mantra of the Lord and performed hearing and chanting, even for a long time, we have not attained the result. One may not attain the result. So many devotees, they would have got the result. So we should not join them with us, because I am not getting the result, but many devotees would have got the result. No? So we cannot join them. They are very great devotees. Even after having taken the shelter of Guru and attained a mantra of the Lord and performed hearing, and after performing hearing and chanting, and after performing hearing and chanting, and after performing hearing and chanting for even a long time, or for even a long time, one may not attain the result. Thinking in this way, that they eventually lose faith in all worship. So eventually these people, eventually they lose faith in all worship. Okay. So thus, by understanding qualification, one can avoid all doubts. So thus, by understanding qualification. So because we are not qualified, we are not getting, isn't it? So only by understanding about the qualification, about the required qualification, one can avoid all doubts. So the hearing and chanting of people and their tears and goosebumps are not bhakti. Some people, they shed tears and goosebumps. Then we may think, these people are getting bhava, but I'm not getting But it's not like that. It is absolutely necessary to define the qualification for attaining shelter of pure bhakti. So only after attaining attaining or taking shelter of pure bhakti, one will get bhava. Because after taking shelter of pure bhakti, we will do sadhana bhakti. Then only we can get bhava bhakti. So it is absolutely necessary. So it is absolutely necessary. So it is absolutely necessary to define the qualification for attaining the shelter of pure bhakti. So it is absolutely necessary to define the qualification for absolutely necessary to define the qualification for attaining the shelter of pure bhakti. So without attaining qualification, one cannot get Shuddha Bhakti. Shuddha Bhakti without attaining Shuddha Bhakti, we cannot we cannot get into sadhana bhakti. Then without attaining sadhana bhakti, we cannot get bhava bhakti. Then without attaining bhava bhakti, we cannot get prema bhakti. Okay, so all this is there. Now, those who are dedicated to karma or jnana usually perform bhakti as a subsidiary of karma or jnana, and thus they cannot obtain auspicious results. Those who are dedicated to karma or jnana usually perform bhakti as a subsidiary of karma or jnana, and thus they cannot obtain auspicious results. So now if we are dedicated to karma and jnana, we cannot perform bhakti. Then we cannot get auspicious results. What is the auspicious result? The auspicious result of Shuddha Bhakti is Subhada in Sadhana Bhakti. We will not, if we are doing Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, how can we get the result of Bhakti Yoga? If a person attains qualification for pure Bhakti, that practice will give rise to its result, Bhava Bhakti, very quickly. If a person attains qualification for pure Bhakti, that practice will give rise to its result, Bhava Bhakti, very quickly. If a person attains qualification for pure Bhakti, that practice will give rise to its result, Bhava Bhakti, very quickly. Now I will begin to define the qualification. Suffering, desire for enjoyment, inquisitiveness, and jnana are obstacles to attaining pure Bhakti. and jnana are obstacles to attain pure bhakti. Okay. So, what are all the difficulties in attaining pure bhakti? So, this is a problem we are facing. That is, those who are dedicated to karma or jnana usually perform bhakti as a subsidiary of karma or jnana, and thus they cannot obtain auspicious. Those who are dedicated, those who are practicing karma, practicing karma yoga or jnana yoga, cannot uh, cannot obtain cannot obtain Suddha Bhakti. Suddha Bhakti sadhana. Obtain Subhada quality which manifests in sadhana bhakti. Suddha Bhakti sadhana. Suddha Bhakti sadhana. Suddha Bhakti sadhana. Sadhana Suddha Bhakti sadhana. Okay. So, those who are practicing karma yoga or jnana yoga cannot obtain subhada quality which manifests in Suddha Bhakti sadhana. If a person attains qualification for pure bhakti, that practice will give rise to its result, bhakti, very quickly. So, very quickly. So, if a person attains qualification for pure bhakti, that sadhana, practice means sadhana, that sadhana will give bhava bhakti very quickly. So this is very. Now I will begin to define the qualification. What is the qualification needed? What is the qualification required for? What is the qualification required for Suddha Bhakti? For attaining Suddha Bhakti. This is one more question. What is the qualification required for those who are practicing karma yoga or jnana yoga cannot obtain subhada quality which manifests in Suddha Bhakti sadhana. If a person attains qualification for pure bhakti, then sadhana will give bhava bhakti very quickly. That sadhana. Those who are practicing karma yoga, subhada quality. So that means here we have this. So it is absolutely necessary to define the qualification for attaining the shelter of. Absolutely necessary to define the qualification. What is the absolutely necessary to define the qualification for uh, uh, without attaining. Why qualification is needed? Why is it necessary? Why is it necessary? Why is it necessary to have or to define to why is it necessary to attain qualification? Why is it necessary for why is it necessary? Why is it qualification necessary? Why qualification is necessary? Why qualification is Oh, I'm sorry. No voice. I did not see. Muted. So I think I'm a lot of time I'm speaking. So much time I'm speaking. Okay. So what is the qualification required for attaining Shuddha Bhakti? If a person attains qualification for pure Bhakti, that sadhana will give Maha Bhakti very quickly. This is the only one point which is a qualification. We have to do pure Bhakti. This is a qualification. Person attains. Why we should be qualified for pure for attaining Shuddha Bhakti? What is the qualification required? If a person attains qualification, like why qualification is required? Why is qualification required for attaining Shuddha? If a person attains qualification for pure Bhakti, then only then that sadhana will give Maha Bhakti very quickly. That's why we should become qualified for Shuddha Bhakti. What are all the obstacles for attaining Shuddha Bhakti? Those who are practicing Karma Yoga, those who are practicing Jnana Yoga cannot obtain Subhada quality, which manifests in Shuddha Bhakti sadhana. Those who are coming to the Lord for getting freedom from their sufferings. Those who are coming to the Lord for desire for enjoyment. Those who are coming to the Lord out of inquisitiveness. And those who are coming to the Lord for want of jnana. These are all obstacles to attain pure bhakti. So now the wise take the verse from the Gita. Chaturvida bhajante mam jnana sukritino. Arjuna arto jigyaso Artati Jnani Cha Bharatar Sabha. 4 types of religious people worship me, O Arjuna. The sufferer, the inquirer, the enjoyer, and the Jnani. So Artha refers to those who desire freedom from suffering. Jigyasu refers to a person who is fond of inquiry. Artati is a person who desires happiness. So we want of inquiry. So here, coming to the Lord out of inquisitiveness. Okay. So all these points we have already finished by putting okay. So now the Jnani is a person who sees the absolute truth with continuous vision. Even if a person is any of these, but does not have Sukriti, he will not begin worshipping the Lord. There is one more very nice point here. Actually, this picture, we are supposed to bring it here. Artha, So this picture has to come there. For religious persons of this, how to bring this. So okay, I'll make it duplicate. I can take it out. Repeat. Okay. So this is what we need. Then you will understand. Now you see, this sufferer. Who is a sufferer? Gajendra. Then inquirer. One who wants to enjoy. This is Durva. Then Jnani. So these Saunaka and Rishis are kept for Jnani. And inquisitive persons are this Kumaras. So Artati, Jigyasu. So all this, we have got the 4 pictures here. They are all, these 4 persons are here. So if we see like this, the picture and page here should match. Then only we can immediately understand what we are speaking. Okay. So the Jnani is a person who sees absolute truth with continuous vision. Even if a person is in any case, is any of these, but does not have Sukriti, he will not begin worshipping the Lord. See how important is this Sukriti. The Sukriti is very, very important. So we are taking out this. Even if a person, any of these person, even if a person is any of these, but does not have Sukriti, he will not begin worshipping the Lord. That means, what does a person, what is a real qualification needed for attaining Suddha Bhakti? So, any person who are in this, even if a person is any of these, so any person of this category, any person from these categories, categories, should have Sukriti. Then only he will begin worshiping. Then only he will begin worshipping. Then only he will begin worshipping the Lord. He will start worshipping. Then only he will start worshipping the Lord. Start worshipping the Lord. Any person from these categories should attain Sukriti, should have Sukriti. Then only he will start worshipping the Lord. These categories must have Sukriti, must have attained Sukriti, must have attained Sukriti. Then only he can worship. He will start worshiping the Lord. He must have attained Sukriti. Then only he will start worship. Any person from these categories must have attained Sukriti. Then only should attain. Should. Must attain. Must attain Sukriti. Then only he will start worshipping the Lord. Jiva Goswami defines Sukriti in this context as, what is this Sukriti? Sukriti means actions of great devotees which cause impressions of bhakti. Actions of great devotees which cause impressions of bhakti. It is possible that the Artha, Jikyasu, and Arthati do not have Sukriti, mercy of devotees. So, but the Jnani has developed his Jnana because of Sukriti and thus worships the Lord. Sukriti means actions of great devotees which cause impressions of bhakti. This is what is Sukriti. Actions of great devotees means, what is the action of a great devotee? Great devotee's action is that he gives mercy, isn't it? This is action of a devotee, great devotee. So we can understand this is the mercy of devotees. Action of the great devotees only mercy. That's all. So we can understand like this. Mercy of the devotees, which cause impressions of us. Because what mercy they will give? They will immediately give mercy to us. How they will give mercy? The impressions of bhakti they will make when they are speaking to us or when they are associating with us, they will give bhakti to us. They will make an impression of bhakti in our heart. This is what is the mercy of devotee. Okay, so it is possible. So it is possible that the Artha, Jigyasa and Arthati do not have Sukriti, but the Jnani has developed his Jnana because of Sukriti. Okay, so this this Artha, Jigyasu and Arthati. Arthati. So these Arthati, Jigyasu doesn't have this Sukruti. This Arthati and Jigyasu doesn't have have Sukruti, because of which they are not qualified. They are not getting qualification. They are not getting qualification. They are not getting qualification to attain Shuddha Bhakti. They are not getting qualification to attain Shuddha. Because of which they are not getting qualification to attain Shuddha. This Artha, Jigyasu and Arthati doesn't have Shuddha, because of which they are not getting qualification to attain Shuddha Bhakti. Okay, so next, but the Jnani, he is, but the Jnani has developed this jnana because of Sukriti. How did this Jnani got this jnana knowledge? Because of Sukriti, and thus worships the Lord. So only this jnana, which means only the jnanis are qualified to become devotees and take up Shuddha Bhakti. Take up Shuddha, which means only the Jnanis are qualified to become devotees and take up Shuddha Bhakti. Why? Because they have only attained what? They have only attained Sukriti from the devotees. This mercy of devotees. Sukriti from the devotees. Mercy of devotees. So we know, we can see that our Sukadeva Goswami, he was a jnani, but he got the mercy of the devotees, Sukriti. So he became a pure devotee. But these people generally they don't get Sukruti. But here Krishna himself, in these 4 cases, for Gajendra, the Lord comes and gives him Sukruti. And because of that, Gajendra at last became a pure devotee. And the sages also became pure devotees. And Dhruva also became a pure devotee because directly the Lord attended them. But these are exceptions. But if we are not an exceptional case like this, it's very difficult to get this security. Okay, so this is another question. 4th question, 5th question, and this is 6th question. 6th question. What is the real qualification needed for attention? Then make it little bigger as size. Then we will know if this is the question. Okay. So now we go for the next step. Next page. Tatra Gita Dishutana Chaturnam Adhikarinam Madhye Yashmin Bhagavataha Krupasha Tatpriyasya Vasakshina Tattat Bhavaha Cha Shuddha Bhakti Adhikaravam Yatevaha Saunakadisya Durvasacha Chatusana. Among the 4 types of persons qualified for Bhakti mentioned in the Gita, when they receive the mercy of the Lord or his devotee and eradicate those tendencies, they become qualified for pure Bhakti. Examples of these are Gajendra, Saunaka, and the sages, Dhruva, and also the 4 Kumaras. Okay, so now we understand that among the 4 types of persons qualified for Bhakti mentioned in the Gita, when they receive the mercy of the Lord or his devotee, then they can eradicate those tendencies. Then they can become qualified for Bhakti, pure Bhakti. Okay, so these 4 people, they got the mercy of the Lord. So they could, because of the mercy of the Lord, they could eradicate those tendencies, but not others, because directly the Lord came and gave the mercy to them. So they received the mercy of the Lord directly. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, now this is very important question. So we will make another question of this. We can because this is this 4 picture is very important for this question. Among the 4 types of persons qualified for Bhakti mentioned in the Gita, these 4 persons are qualified when are these people qualified? When do these persons become qualified for Bhakti? For Bhakti. This is how, what question number? 7th question. Seventh question. Make the question repeat. Among the 4 types of persons qualified for the mentioned in the Gita, when they receive the mercy of the Lord, so when they receive the mercy of the Lord or his devotee, and eradicate those tendencies. What tendencies? Suffering, coming for suffering, enjoyment, tendencies of getting rid of suffering, getting rid of sufferings, then enjoying tendency, then the inquisitive people are very, they are qualified. This Jnana Yoga, Jnana. So, sufferings, enjoying tendency, and Jnana, then they become qualified for pure bhakti. They become qualified for pure bhakti. Examples of these are Gajendra, Saunaka, and the sages, Dhruva, and also the 4 Kumaras. Okay. So this is very nice question, very nice answer. The sages, actually, Saunaka and the sages, they are inquisitive. This is very nice, actually. Inquisitiveness is very good for because they are getting the mercy. Only they wanted this particular knowledge. So they are already having some security. But these people will develop security only when the Lord directly comes and gives them mercy. So for the Kumaras, for Gajendra, for Dhruva, the Lord came directly and gave them mercy. The 4 Kumaras went to the Sankarshana. They went and smelled the tulsi leaf on the lotus feet of Sankarshana. So then they got attracted to Sankarshana. So like this, all the 3 people were given mercy by the Lord. But the Saunaka Rishis, his devotee, Krishna's devotee, Saunaka Rishi, gave this mercy for the Rishis, for all the Rishis. He gave that knowledge. Because they were inquisitive, they all got the benefit of mercy. And they were saved. Okay, so like this. So I think you just go through this question. I just come just a minute. Give me a minute. I just make it quick. You just go through this question and these 4 people. So I'm training here. Let me go to the question. Okay. I'm ready. Now, next. Gajendra was suffering when he was attacked by a crocodile. When he prays to the Lord for protection from the crocodile, the Lord appeared and protected him. By the strength of the Lord, his motive in worshipping because of suffering disappeared, and he attained qualification for pure bhakti. That means worshipping for our suffering, to removal of our suffering, is not pure bhakti. Okay? But once he saw the Lord, Gajendra, what he did, you can see in the picture. What he did, I can take this and make a special. Just a minute. I'll make a big picture of this. See, now you can see that Gajendra, I'll make it bigger. You can see what is happening. Actually, the Gajendra is crying because the crocodile is, biting, and it's moving him like anything. His pain is so much. His leg is inside crocodile's mouth. He's crying. Gajendra is crying. But then what happens when the Lord came, he forgot his pain. Because of the Lord's beauty, he forgot about his pain and sufferings. And actually he called the Lord because of his suffering, because of his sufferings, to come out of his sufferings only he called the Lord. But ultimately when the Lord came, he became very much attracted to the Lord, and he forgot about his pain, his suffering and all that. And he wanted to worship the Lord. So he immediately plucked one beautiful lotus from that pot and he offered it for the Lord. So at that moment, he worshipped the Lord without any reason. Without any reason. It was simply out of his love. It was for no reason. It was not that he had anything to do with his sufferings. He was only praying to the Lord, I just want to offer you something. So like this Gajendra, immediately when he got the darshan of the Lord, he finished his all this. He came out of that tendency, isn't it? So this is what has been explained here. Then immediately he happened to do pure bhakti. The sages headed by Saunaka, afraid of the onslaught of Kali Yuga, were helpless. The sages and all, they came to Saunaka Rishi. They were actually really scared of this Kali Yuga. They then asked what was best action for the jiva to suit the person. So obtaining instructions on pure bhakti from him, by the mercy of Sutta, they attained pure bhakti. So Saunaka or Sutta Goswami. So he gave instruction for these devotees, rishis. So because of Saunaka Rishi's or Sutta Goswami's mercy, all these sages were saved. So they took up pure bhakti because they were thinking that maybe Jnana Yoga will save them. Karma Yoga will save them, and Ashtanga Yoga, something like that they were thinking. But Varnashrama, they were having many ideas and they came there. But Suta Goswami gave them very nice instructions about Shuddha Bhakti, pure Bhakti, and saved them by giving his mercy. So Suta Goswami is a wonderful, pure devotee of Krishna, and he saved everybody. Dhruva first worshipped the Lord for material enjoyment, isn't it? So then what happened? When the Lord appeared, by the power of his mercy, Dhruva lost his desire and became qualified for pure bhakti. So Dhruva lost his desire and became qualified for pure bhakti. So here we should have kept Dhruva Maharaj. Anyway, we just see here and we'll take that Dhruva. So now here also we'll take this this picture and we will click here. So we can make this big. We can see how Dhruva is given mercy by the Lord. So this must be the picture here. Okay, here Saunaka is coming, Gajendra. Then Dhruva first worship the Lord. We can take this and put it here. So we can see that and remember the past time, and then we can study at that time. So when the Lord appeared, so the Lord appeared by the power of his mercy. When the Lord appeared by the power of his mercy, Dhruva lost his desire. So actually Dhruva wanted a big kingdom. But then when Krishna came, when Narayana came, he touched him and gave him mercy, so that Dhruva lost his desire and became qualified for pure bhakti. The four Kumaras were impersonal jnanis, the beginning, but when the Lord and his devotees gave mercy to them, they completely rejected impersonal understanding and became qualified for pure bhakti. Just like these Kumaras also. Kumaras were impersonal jnanis in the beginning, but when the Kumaras met Sankarshana, then beginning, but when the Lord and his devotees gave mercy to them, they completely rejected impersonal jnana. Then they understood the value of pure bhakti and they became qualified for pure bhakti. This means that as long as the contamination of these four types remains in the heart, qualification for pure bhakti cannot arise. Okay? So, Artha-Artharthi, every time we are studying in the Bhagavad Gita and we are not even understanding that these four people cannot, they are devotees. Krishna is telling they are devotees. But now here our Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling that they are not pure devotees. They are not able to become pure devotees. Only when the Lord or the pure devotees give them mercy, and when they get the sukriti, then only they can get this mercy. They can get Shuddha Bhakti. Qualification for pure Bhakti cannot arise. In developing faith in pure Bhakti, one should not be too attached to the material world or too detached from it. This is the, in developing faith in pure Bhakti, one should not be too attached to the material world or too detached from it. So we should not be too attached to the material world. At the same time, we should not be too detached from the material. Both are not good for pure devotion, practicing pure devotion. In considering the qualification for pure bhakti, Rupa Goswami has said, Yaha kenapi atibhagyena jata shado ashya sevane nati sakto na vairagya bhagasya adhikari aso. The person who has developed faith in serving the Lord by impressions arising from previous association with devotees, who is not too attached to material objects and who is not too detached, is qualified for Vaidhi Bhakti. So ultimately, this is the qualification. So we'll go here and we'll make a duplicate slide, and this is what we want. So, not this one. We want this page. This page only is very important for our Shuddha Bhakti. So, this is what Rupa Goswami is saying. Consider the qualifications of pure bhakti. What is the qualification for pure bhakti? Rupa Goswami said, Rupa Goswami says, the qualification of pure bhakti. The qualification for pure bhakti, as Rupa Goswami says. As Rupa Goswami says. The qualification for pure bhakti, as Rupa Goswami says, what does he say? What is the definition? Definition of Vaidhi Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti. The person who has developed faith in serving the Lord is the first point. Serving the Lord by impressions arising from previous association with devotees. This is the next point. Then, who is not too attached to material objects, who is not attached to material objects, who is not attached to material objects, and who is not detached he is qualified for Vaidhi Bhakti. So if it is BRS is there, you can go and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu book, you can go and find out this. It's qualified for Vaidhi Bhakti. This is the qualification for Vaidhi Bhakti. Means Shuddha Bhakti. So the definition of Vaidhi Bhakti. So this is what we are learning now. The person who has developed faith in serving the Lord by impressions from previous association with her. How? Serving the Lord, how? By impression. What is this by impressions? Arising previous association with devotees, that is Sukruti. This is actually, we are mentioning Sukruti. Sukruti. This point is Sukruti. Nice, no? This is the meaning of Sukruti. That impressions of previous births, impressions. By impressions arising from previous association with devotees, that is Sukruti. Then this is first point. Then second point. Then the third point. Then third point. Then fourth point. Not to detach. Is qualified for Vaidhi Bhakti. Okay. So, this is what is the definition of Vaidhi. So, we have to have security. That's very important. We have to develop faith. We have to have security. Then only we will not be attached too much to material objects, and we should not be too detached. This person is qualified for Vaidhi Bhakti. Okay, nice, no? So, this one thing, this one page is very important. This is the definition of Vaidhi Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti. Shuddha Bhakti, no? In Shuddha Bhakti, this is the Vaidhi Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, in that Vaidhi Bhakti. Okay, so the Lord says in Bhagavatam, this is the next, we have to have the person in the material world suffers in various ways and lacking essentials to live in this world, but understanding the goal of existence here, he remains without attachment. He becomes convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. Thus, he begins worshipping the Lord. He develops firm faith that devotion to Krishna is a method indicated in all scriptures. This faith is a qualification for pure bhakti. Ah, fantastic. So this is now, just a minute, I will just duplicate it, and this can this page. Here we can have this last page. So now we should have this page again in duplicated, so that we can write this question and answer. So how many questions we finished? This is the qualification of bhakti. Seventh question, then the eighth question. Eighth question. Then ninth question. This is the ninth question. Ninth question. The person in this material world suffers in various ways and lacking essentials. So, this faith is a qualification for pure. What is the qualification for pure bhakti? What is the qualification for pure bhakti? So, before also we had the same question. What is the qualification? Like that one question we had. No? See, The person is what is what is the real qualification needed for attaining Shuddha Bhakti? So, Sukriti, after here we have some more things to be written. After attainment of Sukriti, okay, attain, this Sukriti, this Sukriti, Sukriti should be accumulated for many lifetimes. For many lifetimes. This Sukriti should be accumulated for many lifetimes. For many lifetimes. Then what will happen? For many lifetimes. Then this accumulated Sukriti then this accumulated Sukriti what will happen? This accumulated Sukriti will develop faith in a person, develop faith in a person, develop faith on devotees, faith on Krishna, on God, faith on the Lord, faith on the Lord and His devotees. We can write like this: faith on the Lord and His devotees. Faith on the Lord and His devotees. And His that's all. So at last, this faith is a qualification. So here also, Sukriti, the good Sukriti, we should not stop. The Sukriti, we should be accumulated, and then the Sukriti will develop into faith. Sukriti will develop as faith on the Lord and His devotees. This is what is the actual qualification. Okay. So now here again we get the same thing, now. This is very good thing. Now this is a ninth question. What is the qualifications of Bhakti? And in what way it happens? And in what way? In what way it will develop? Or it will develop, it will happen. In what way it will happen? Okay. So the person in the material world, this is the first level. The person in the material world suffers in various ways, then and lacking essentials to live in this world, but understanding the goal of existence here, he remains without attachments. Then he becomes convinced then he becomes convinced. So this is the fifth point. Convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. Then sixth point. Thus he begins worshipping the Lord. Then seventh point. He develops firm faith that devotion to Krishna is the method indicated in all scriptures. So this faith is the qualification for pure bhakti. Nice, no? Very nicely they have told about the stages in how it will develop into faith. So the person in the material world suffers in various ways and lacking essentials to live in this world, but understanding the goal of existence here, he remains without attachment. Then he becomes convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. Thus he begins worshipping the Lord. He develops firm faith that devotion to Krishna is a method indicated in all scriptures. This faith is a qualification for pure bhakti. Very, very nice. So if we understand it, it will be very, very tasty for you. The person in the material world, what happens? The person in the material world suffers in various ways. First of all, we are suffering, isn't it? We are going through the suffering. The person in the material world, we can think about ourselves. We are suffering in various ways. Then we are lacking essential. We don't have that much essentials to live in this world. Then what will happen? But understanding the goal of existence here. But we understand the goal of existing here because through devotees will learn, okay, even though we don't have the essentials to live here, what is the goal of living here? My goal of living here and maintaining my body is that I need to do loving devotion for Krishna. That's it. So he remains without, then we are not attached to the body, we are not attached to our material requirements and all other things, mental enjoyment. So we are we are bothered for our devotion for Krishna. We know now, because of the devotees, we know we have taken the knowledge that the goal of existence is our love for Krishna, devotion for Krishna. He remains without attachment. So he remains without attachment. Because we know now our existence here is that we don't have attachment. Our existence here is for loving Krishna. So we will leave all our attachment here. Then he becomes convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. Then he becomes convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. Okay? So then he becomes convinced. Okay, now we are convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. So, at last, he's convinced that my goal is Krishna. My goal is not living here. My goal is to go to Krishna. Go back to Krishna. My goal is not to continue live here. My goal is to live with Krishna. My goal is not to be nicely living with my family here, with so-called my family here, or enjoying with my family. But I have to go and join my original family of Krishna. This is our goal. That point has to be convinced. We should get convinced of that goal. Okay, then we will be thinking, okay, now my goal is not to live with my family. My goal is to live with my Krishna. Thus he begins worshipping the Lord. So thus he begins worshipping the Lord. So now he will be worshipping the Lord. Because now we are convinced now, okay, I have only this work. So I will start worshipping the Lord. He develops firm faith that devotion to Krishna is a method indicated in all scriptures. So he develops firm faith that devotion to Krishna is a method indicated in all scriptures. So then we develop firm faith to that only devotion to Krishna is the only method recommended in all the scriptures. Then this faith has come now, firm faith. This firm faith is a qualification for pure. So in this way only, we will get very drastic changing point in our life. So this is the method. In this method only, we will change into pure bhakti. We will be changing over our lifestyle for pure bhakti. So this is our faith. Faith is a qualification for pure bhakti. How we will be forced to take up this faith, or how we will be pushed to take up this faith for pure bhakti, is that will happen like this. First we'll be suffering, and then we will not be having whatever essentials we need. Then we will, by the devotee's mercy, we will come to know our goal of existence here. What is the goal? Then after understanding, oh, this is my goal to live. Before that, we will not know what is our goal. But then we will remove our attachment. Then he becomes convinced that other than the Lord, there is no goal for the jiva. So then we will know, okay, I have been given this body, this life to attain my Lord. So this should be convinced for us. And then we will start worshipping the Lord. Then he develops firm faith that devotion to Krishna is a method indicated in all scriptures. So we will develop firm faith, okay, devotion to Krishna. So in that way, we will develop our qualification for pure bhakti. Nice, very, very nice, very, very tasty. This is wonderful. This question and answer is wonderful. And then next page is the Lord says in Bhagavatam. This is our next topic. So this is what is our next this is what is our next topic. The Lord says. So this tomorrow we will see this topic. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Actually, we have done many pages today and many workshops today. For 9 questions we finished. So it's all very important. So each and every page we have done this, all the workshops we have done. I don't know which page, some page I think we have missed something. It is something to qualification. Okay, this also we finished. And this, those who are dedicated to karma jnana. Okay, this also we finish. This we finish. And actions of tips also finish. And then, yeah, this also we finish. Yeah, oh, this one. Gajendra was suffering when he was attacked by a vampire. So this page only, but this page is actually, they are telling Gajendra became, how he became, he was changed by the mercy of the Lord, by the mercy of the devotees and by the mercy of the Lord. Did we do that question? All this Durva and everything, did we do that question? that in that point we have not when do the person, when they receive the mercy of the Lord and or its devotee, or then they will eradicate those tendencies and they will become qualified for bhakti. Next one. So this is what those tendencies of getting rid of sufferings, enjoying tendency and jnana, then they become qualified for pure bhakti. Examples of this are Gajendra, Saunaka, and the sages, Bhagwan, also the fourth one. Okay, we finish it. I thought we did not finish all the pages, but now I see that we have finished it. Okay. Are you happy? Because every page we have done. Till this we have done all pages, and we have only half more to go, or at least 2 classes we can finish off. So we take a little more time. Till now we have finished till here. We have only half we have finished, so half is there. Can finish in another 2 days. Okay. Thank you so much, dear devotees. After we finish Bhakti Tattva Viveka, then we will think what next to do, because that should be helpful for us to connect us with Bhakti again. So thanks to you, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Thanks to Guru and Govardhan, and by their mercy, we could learn so much today. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarupesha vasindupeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo